Oh man, there is just so much to explain for myself, but I'll do my best to tell what's been going on as best as I can. So as you guys already know, I put up a couple memes on my channel, one of them signifying that I was back, and the other, I was making fun of Gotchaverse with Dumbsville. We came up with this scenario and I just went and did it. But afterwards, I haven't been making videos since then, and I'm sure a bunch of you are wondering why, especially since I did say that I was going to be making a commentary on the entire Truth Lily Gaia rant video. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I'm going to give a much more descriptive account on why I was gone for so long. So this all happened at least a few months back. At this time, I was still working as a server for Pizza Hut, and pretty much didn't make as much money as I do now. Well, this laptop I had gotten was a small notebook laptop. You know, one of those laptops that have jack for space and can pretty much crash if you so much as download something. Yeah, well, I barely had that laptop for a good year, and at some point it crashed on me. Right when I was in the middle of scripting for the Yandere simulator video, which I will also explain in a minute. When that happened, I pretty much put up this rant about it on my Twitter, and then later went on one of my off days to see if I could get it fixed. Unfortunately, the visual chip was fried and there was nothing they could do about it, and since my dumbass decided to be a cheap ass and not get myself a warranty, I was pretty much screwed. So for the next 2 months, I began a routine where before I went to work, I would spend at least an hour and a half to 2 hours on the computer in a local library. And as that went on, I was in the process of looking for another job because Pizza Hut was no longer working out for me, both financially and emotionally. For those who don't follow me on my Instagram, I put up this rant post talking about it. Honestly, I'm thinking of doing a storytime video for it, but I'll leave that up to you guys. Pretty soon, I left my job and started working as a server elsewhere, which actually helped me financially. It took me at least another month and a month and a half to save up to $800 from tips and payday, just so I could get myself a new gaming laptop. And so, from this point on, making videos is going to be a lot easier for me and might even help in getting a new program to edit my videos, but we'll just have to wait and see. So now that we got that whole thing out of the way, let's actually talk about what will be coming up soon on my channel. I'm going to explain myself a little because I'm sure these next few videos might actually make you a little confused as to why I'm doing these things. So you see, I'm still at the experimental stage of my channel. Sure, I will admit that I mostly want to do rants and commentaries, but at the same time, I want to broaden my horizons a little and not only gain a much bigger audience, but to also try things I've never done before and see how they work out for me and my channel. What I'm hoping to put up soon is the Yandere Alexsis ASMR video, which I will admit I'm kind of struggling with the scripting, and there's also a storytime video that I plan to do. There's also the idea of me doing another Q&A video that mostly centers around Alexsis, and finally there's also a video of me and a few others reading terrible Nalu fanfiction. Now you might be wondering why I'm doing videos like this, especially since I did state earlier that I was going to be making another Truth Lily Gaia commentary. Well, for those who don't follow my Twitter, I got in contact with Kiana herself, and she has asked me to not make a video in defense of her, simply because they brought up really horrible memories and she didn't want the wound to be opened again. And so, out of respect for her emotional well-being, and because I respected the fact that she was kind enough to talk to me about it, I decided to cancel the video altogether. I will admit that it kind of sucked, considering that I don't like leaving things unfinished, but I knew I had to respect Kiana and just stop the scripting process altogether. And then there's the Yandere simulator video, which, yes, I'll still be working on. However, I lost track of the updates that have been coming out recently, and I just haven't been finding the time to really work on it, nor find the motivation to work on it. This could also apply to the Dramatical Murder anime as well. I know I'll get to those videos eventually, but it's become hard to find the motivation when you originally had little time to even work on them. There's also the terrible Nalu fanfiction reading, which I will admit I'm starting to think I should scrap and just redo the whole thing with a different way of doing it. I don't know, I'm just starting to grow doubts of the video itself being entertaining. So, what am I working on now? Well, I'm mostly hoping to get my ASMR video out pretty soon, but I'll admit that the scripting process is a bit of a struggle because I've never had to do something like voice acting before, and I'm a little anxious to be using my voice in such a way. Also, the low-key fear that maybe people don't really like Alexis all that much. There's also the thought of me working on a couple shipping rants, one of which a video that centers around Groovia, and I might actually remake my Sav Draws video. For now though, I'm mainly going to be focusing on the ASMR, the story time, and I am even opening the comment section of this video for questions for a Q&A video if you guys are ever interested. I know it's been a long while since I last posted, and I'm really sorry to have kept you guys waiting for so long, but thank you so much for being so patient, and I'll do my best to make up for the lost time. With that said, I'm going to conclude this video by saying, thanks a bunch for hearing me out, you guys. I'll see you later.